Good evening. I'm the Mainly Digger, and there's no one viewing, so I'll kind of go over what I'm whatever. I found a vintage ashtray, and that was the footnote, or not the footnote, the thumbnail that I had on my video today. It was pretty cool. Hey, finders keepers. Yeah, it was a vintage Stegerman beer. I don't know. It was an ashtray, and it was cool. Hey, history man. That was at the Kennedy Estates. Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't find a lot at the Kennedy Estates today, but I don't know. The ashtray made my day. It made me happy. I didn't know it was an ashtray until like 2 hours ago. Yeah, I posted online. I posted a picture online, and people started to look at it and stuff. But whatever. It was a good time. You guys have any good finds today? Did you go out? I don't know. In PA, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm gonna go out detecting. I'll have to look at your video. I can't wait. Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be pretty rainy. It was windy. Like Chambersburg was windy today. Like so windy. Madison, Maine. What is up? I'm gonna be in Maine on June 1st. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to go home. I'm sad I'm gonna leave like Chambersburg and leave like metal detecting stuff here. I'm still metal detecting in Maine, but like, man, I cannot wait to get home. Which new history books? Um, but I can't wait. Yeah, gonna have to leave the Kennedy Estates behind, but I'll find more places. Smash it like I mean it. Madison. Yeah, if you ever go to Maine, go to Madison, Maine. Madison's it's a great place. It's away from the coast, but there's huge lakes. It's very like water sports, fishing, um, anything on the water you can do because I think they have two lakes there. But Madison, Maine's pretty cool. But yeah, I can't wait to get home. I cannot wait to get home back to Maine, back to the good old Ville, Waterville. Um, World history books. I did some research. I had some great history books that I was reading. I forgot what they're called though. I should have wrote them down, but I don't remember the names or titles of them. It's true. Like when I worked at corrections, and I was a correctional officer at Kennebec County for a long time, or 2 years. Like going back to Waterville was like going back to the jail. So I would go from the jail to and see all the inmates that were just released. Pretty much how it is. The history of Waterville is that it's a mill town pretty much. But before that, you have the Teutonic Falls, which is like this little waterfalls. But it's named after a Native American tribal leader. And there's a there's the falls, and then that's where the Native Americans, that's where the Indians met up, and they had like big tribal like gatherings there also. There was a shipyard there for like multiple shipyards, but it was in the same spot for like 2 centuries. Colby College is taking over, and that's good and bad because like before like they started taking over, there wasn't much rebuilding being done. There wasn't much. I mean, there was business, but it was like there wasn't a lot of business. There was I don't know. There's a lot more money there now. Um, but yeah, Colby College is taking over. Seasons past. But yeah, Waterville has a lot of history in the French and Indian War. Fort Halifax, which was there from the French and Indian War, the Revolutionary War, and I think somewhere before the Civil War, kind of like they didn't use it anymore. But it's just a blockhouse, like a old style blockhouse. Um, I Like, I love Waterville, but I also hate Waterville also. Just because, like, I know what from working at the jail, like, I know what goes on in Waterville, and it drives me crazy. Waterville is a great place to dig. The only thing is, like, the, downtown Waterville is, you can't dig there at all. Like, you can't. It's a historically preserved site, all of it, like all of downtown Waterville. And but there's so many like old buildings there. Like the oldest building is the bank. It's not a bank anymore, but it's also my favorite pub. Uh, Mainly Brews, favorite pub. Love it. It's this weird like dark, like it's under the bank. The bank is over 100 years old, but it's under the bank, and it's like this dark atmosphere to it. Great food, and it's just like it's just the locals go there, but then you have to deal with the Colby College students or the college students because there's like three different colleges in the area. But summertime, great place to go to because the college students aren't there, but it's good. Yeah, I can't wait. I don't know. Like I don't know how long when I go to Maine, I probably like like my kids are there, my wife's there, and I haven't seen them for a long time. So I don't know if I'm going to do the whole YouTube channel thing. I want to, but work too. I got to actually do work. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. It might be a while before I make a video after I go to Maine. Um, Yeah, that's what Madison made. You can't dig in downtown Waterville, but there's other areas also that you can dig. It's actually it's public. I mean, it's owned by Colby College, the ski area. Ski area. I forgot what it's called, but Colby colleges use it. It's public land, and it's. I mean, I found square nails there. I always find square nails. Oh, I found square nails there, and that's it so far. But I only like I didn't like I went there one or two times. Um, but yeah, that whole like anywhere because the main river that goes through Waterville is the Kennebec River, and that's you can't really detect or dig near the Kennebec River in Waterville because of the historic properties that are there. It's great for fishing. It's great for kayaking or boating. You just can't detect around the Kennebec River in Waterville. Sturgeon. There's sturgeon in the river too, which it surprised me. I didn't know that. Actually, my brother-in-law told me. Yeah, I'm just like right near on in Waterville that like there's a certain spot I think like I forgot exactly where it is, but because I was trying to find where the shipyard was in Waterville that had been there, and I got told I couldn't detect there, so I was like, oh, very well. Um, Also, Madison, Maine, a lot of history in there, especially the French and Indian War, Revolutionary War, fur trading, a lot of fur trading. It does get, I mean, in Maine, there's so much woods and there's so much stuff that went on during all sorts there's so much stuff that went on that you can find decent spots in the woods. Like one of the spots I want to go is my father lives in Dixfield, Maine, and the house that he currently lives in is from the 1920s. But it's right on the Androscoggin River, and it's Androscoggin, yeah, on Androscoggin River, which he finds bottles and stuff on the river all the time, like on the banks when he's looking around, old medicine bottles and stuff. I'm looking forward to going detecting that property. But yeah, and he has different people he know. You just got to know people. You got to ask, especially in Maine, because like Maine towns, like there's someone that has lived there their whole life, and like they know everybody. So like you find that one person, that one connection, and you just talk to everybody. I mean, southern area is a great place to detect, but like there's so much like history in like the northern part, and it's like all sorts of different periods. Like, I mean, granted, there's no like actual Civil War history, but there's like you can find stuff that's French, you can find stuff that's Canadian, Scottish. Like, so much history in Maine, and I mean, I wouldn't say it's undocumented, but like it's not really written about. Maine's a great place to visit. It's like taxes in Maine are pretty bad too. I mean, not. I mean, to live there, taxes. Um, but yeah, it's Maine's a beautiful place. All right, I'll go to Madison to go vacation, but I'll detect somewhere else. But like, there's a lot of railroad history in Maine also. A lot of railroads, trading, a lot of trading history, especially on the Kennebec River. It was a main trade route, and still is a main trade route. Arizona. I lived in Arizona for 2 years. I graduated high school in Arizona. Um, but yeah, I never got to detect in Arizona. Tucson, Arizona, Flowing Wells. That's where I graduated from. I'm pretty sure I was the only white kid for like a block or 2 blocks. But yeah, Maine. I grew up like I live in Waterville, but like I went to high school in Monmouth. Trying to think. So tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get rained out for metal detecting. So like I'm either going to go to a couple cemeteries or historical sites. See, that's what I love about Pennsylvania is they have like historical markers that you can go to. Um, and like it'll tell you everything you need to know. So I'll try to find like a historical marker to go to or a historical building. Flooring Wells PE teacher. I probably there's probably no one there that from when I went to high school, so I don't know. Flooring Wells place was something else back in the day. I tell you what. High school I went to I was on the wrestling team at Flooring Wells. Um, I actually have no idea if Maine was part of New France in 1700s. Probably some of it was. I know that I think it was in the 16 or 1700s. There was a Portuguese that actually discussed like explored Maine, the Penobscot area, the Bangor, um, and the Penobscot like Bay. I forgot what it's called, but there was a Portuguese guy that explored it. All right, Madison, man. Good night. But yeah, I don't know if it was New France. I know for a long time there was the Acadians were there. Um, I forgot. Like that's something I have to look into. I don't really remember. Um, but yeah, Maine's got an interesting history. Let's see what else. So yeah, tomorrow I'm either going to do magnet fishing, go check out a cemetery, an old cemetery. I just don't know the history behind the cemetery, so I don't want to show up there and have nothing to talk about. Um, maybe some magnet fishing. It's going to be rainy. It's going to be stormy, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do nothing at all. Um, but yeah, or I don't know. Go check out historical markers. That's always fun. There's so many. Like you can drive around Chambersburg or Southern Pennsylvania and find some random historical marker and something. That's what I love. Something historic happened there, like something like just I don't know, and then it's marked. There is so much. That's what like. There's a lot of history in Arizona, but like it's not it's not like the East Coast. It's not like the East Coast history. Like something has always happened here for the past like 300 years. There's something has been here or more, or I mean, metal wise, like finding metal detecting and finds and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. But what do you do? But like Arizona has a treasure. I forgot what it's called, but it's in some mountain. And like some guy hoarded gold or whatever, found gold and hid it in this mountain. But like that, yeah, Arizona's got treasures. Just gotta look for it. Ghost towns. Arizona has ghost towns also. I want to go check out a ghost town. That'd be fun. Yes, Superstition Mountains. Also, there's when I was there, I read about. I actually was at a Indian friend, a Native American friend, who told me about this when I lived in Arizona, about the Indians and the reservation. And there's a treasure that the Native Americans hid, uh, so they like if they ever wanted to rebel again, that they had treasure, they had something to fund their rebellion. It was a weird story. I don't know if it's true or not, um, but that'd be cool to find. But yeah, it's I don't know about the Jesuits, but you have like in Maine, you have a lot of treasure stories about the Jesuits, but I don't know about it in Arizona. This was more like during the early 1800s, or when they were forcing the Native Americans to go on the reservations, and there was a lot of rebellion. There was a lot of they didn't want to go on the reservations. Like I said, I don't know if it was true or not. It was like it's gossiping from a friend, so I don't know if it was. It was a long time ago, also. So, but yeah, I also heard something back in the day about Sebago Mountain or Sebago Mountain Range, a very beautiful place. Seven Falls, very gorgeous. Might be a hidden treasure up there. I don't know. If you ever go to Arizona, if you ever go to Tucson, Sebago, very gorgeous. I don't know about metal detecting or treasure, but wonderful place. Um, Trying to think other things. Other things I want to do in Pennsylvania. I want to go back to Gettysburg. I love Gettysburg. I love Gettysburg. I might do that 2 weekends from now. I don't know. Um, I've had to go to Maryland this past week, past 2 weeks. I definitely like, and I see stuff in Maryland, but like I have to go to doctor's appointments or VA appointments in Maryland, and like I'll see stuff that um I want to stop, or markers that I want to stop at, and I'm stretched for time. I'm gonna miss Pennsylvania. I will miss Pennsylvania. This place is very interesting, especially metal detecting and history. Like I've made a lot of network connections, networking down here. Um, but I need to go home, man. I need like Maine. As much as I complain about the taxes, and I mean I miss like Maine's my home. It always has been. And of course, my kids and my family, my wife, um, they're all in Maine. My home, like my actual physical home is in Maine. There's so much stuff to do that I have to on my house when I get home. Park Rat Pat, what is up? I cannot wait. I'm excited to get home. I'll miss Chambersburg. I'll miss metal detecting in Chambersburg, researching history and stuff like that. But I'm ready to go home. Um, it's been fun, but yeah, excited to go home, see my wife and family, kids, um, and do I like I said, I have a lot of work like housework to do on my house. But we'll see. Trying to think what else I can do. Like, cause there's a lot of like I'm gonna get probably about 2 weeks of vacation before I leave before June 1st. And I just like I'm starting to plan like trips and not trips, but things I can do before I leave. So like definitely Gettysburg. There's this one Jewish. It's probably the oldest cemetery in Chambersburg, but it's a Jewish cemetery. I didn't want to go there and videotape before I had permission, so I wanted to get permission. I have not gotten permission yet. I'll probably have to email them again or call them. But FaceTime. I FaceTime with my family every day, or try to every day. But like my work schedule, the way it is about the time they like when I go to work, they're getting on. They're or when they're getting off to school, I'm going to work. So like I have to it has to be planned correctly. What got me started in history? Back in the day, I used to live in Michigan when I was really I was like probably 6 or 7, and my grandfather was he loved archaeology. He was an amateur archaeologist. Saginaw, Michigan. There's like a museum there. It's in an old bank. I think they call it the castle, but he has an actual exhibit. There we go. I can't talk. And there's his the stuff that he's found. He would take me and we'd go in the fields and stuff and just look for arrowheads. And then I don't know. I've always loved history. I've always loved all history. I loved all history. I especially love stuff that's not written down or stuff that's forgotten. I love that stuff. My kids are my oldest is 8. I have 2 daughters. My oldest is 8, and my youngest is 3. They're hilarious. I can't wait. I can't wait to see them. My oldest is she's in school, and my youngest has started daycare or preschool. I called it daycare the other day, and she corrected me. She says preschool, Daddy, and I was like, all right, very well, preschool. But yeah, I'm excited. Get home, go back to Maine. But yeah, I pretty much have detecting wise, I have to start over. I didn't really when I left. I didn't really have that many. I didn't have any permissions. I was just doing it on public land. So I'll have to start networking again. My wife's family, they have an old farm from I think it's like 1850s in Farmington, but that's a pretty far drive from Waterville. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. My first detector, I got it when I was 10, and I don't even remember. It was something my dad got offline, or we didn't have the internet back then, so it was probably bought from Cabela's or something. I don't even remember the name of it, but it was probably like $90 if that, because my dad's kind of cheap, so it's probably like $80, and it was a Christmas present. Love that thing. Loved it. I used it. I had it for like 5 years. Moved to Arizona and somehow it got lost. But I took it everywhere. I was that kid in high school or in school who you had a family trip to or a school trip to the beach. I took my metal detector. I was that kid. But yeah, I took that thing everywhere with me. Loved it. Had no idea. I would just find stuff. I had no idea how to use it, but took it everywhere. But yeah, see, Maine. I'd love to do. I'd actually get because I've been to Pemaquid multiple times. Pemaquid is a beach. It's or Pemaquid Point's a beach. There's a lighthouse there. I love to detect around that area. I don't know if if it's regulated or not, but I think it'd be pretty fun. Gorgeous area. It's right on the coast. Obviously, Maine is the coast, but like when I talk about the coast, it's like right there. Pemaquid Point. Um, yeah, I can't wait to get back to Maine. I don't know. All right, I gotta go. It's been nice talking to y'all. Hope you have y'all. I say y'all. I don't know. It's from making fun of somebody at work who's from the South. Who I say y'all. Everyone have a good night. I gotta go. Um, good night.